Hi, this is Kirk with Forex Strategy Secrets, and we're going to be talking today about how to overcome the fear of making money. Now, we've titled it that, but there are more fears that you may have about trading rather than making the money, but it all falls in the same category, and this will shed light on all fears. But what might cause fears in making money? You might have lost money in the past. You let a trade run too long and it wiped out your account, and so you're fearful. You had 5, 10, 15 losses in a row and you don't even know why that was happening. That can cause a lot of anxiety and fear as well. The fear of money making also originates from negative experiences. You might have a bad investment that leads to losses that are often devastating. Negative news reports can cause you to have fear. And the stories about poor economy could cause you some frustration as well. Money often leads to stress, just money itself, and that can have stress and anxiety and could make people feel powerless or out of control. Generally speaking, people with little money tend to suffer more from fear of making money. They haven't experienced the ability to make money. They don't have the skill set to be able to repeat it. If they've made a little bit of money, they don't know how to repeat it, and so they become more fearful. And what about what's even more interesting is that savers are often afraid to earn more money. They're interested in saving and keeping what they get, and not trying to use that money to make more money. Another theory says it's not the skill set but the mindset, and I think there's a lot to that. I know people that have the skills, but their mind gets in the way, and I think fear is part of that. They get tied up in the emotional side of trading rather than using the skills that they have, because I've seen them do it, and then they just sabotage themselves. Savers love security and stability, while earners have a taste for risk. Now, we don't want to have a taste for just great big risk, but you want calculated risk. So is there a way to have both security and peace of mind and the thrill of taking a calculated risk? Is there a way to have both? First, knowing the source of something gives you a starting point for progress. So you need to know what's causing it. First step is to acknowledge and accept the fear. Yes, I do have a fear. I know that I've had fears in the past, but they are very minimal now. Self-help techniques can also help you, like meditation and positive affirmations. Don't beat up on yourself. Don't say, call yourself names and stuff when you have a bad trade. You need to make positive affirmations. Say positive things like, okay, I see what I did wrong. I'm going to do this next time. And think about what you're doing and be calm and peaceful when you're meditating, not all uptight. That will help you to overcome some of the fears. And get rich slowly. That's a critical point. If you get rich very quickly, you may not know how to manage that money or deal with the money. I've heard many stories about people who have inherited a lot of money, or they won the lottery or got it, but they lost it all within a short period of time because they didn't have the mental capacity. That's that mindset again. And so if you've earned it and developed the skills and you've done it over time, then you're more likely to get rich and to be able to keep that money. What can you do to overcome fear of making money and be successful in trading? First of all, probably the most important thing is knowledge. If you don't know how to have the knowledge of the trading the platform or indicators or strategies and the knowledge of the market, then that can be a big problem. So this knowledge gives you the control and helps you to stop having your fears take over because you know what to do. So focus on the positive. Not being afraid doesn't mean you never make a mistake. Most people can make money. It takes a wise person to keep that money, and that's where money management comes in. Some things you might try. You might strive for pips and not for money. So many times, and I still do it today, of course you can see the money at the bottom of your total in the trading platform, but I have mine set on pips. I don't have it set on dollars. I wonder how many pips I made. The dollars will take care of themselves, and then you're not focused on money, you're focused on gathering these little pips. Do the same thing on every trade. Don't try to hit a home run every time. So you don't put your stops out. You don't put your take profits weird places. You do the same thing consistently, and that will build up your accounts in a slow, steady basis. And that'll help you rid of the fear, because you know what to do. You know it's going to be a steady growth. The home runs are going to come. Don't try and hit them. Let them come to you. Be consistent in your trades, and in the way you manage your account, manage the same way. Don't say, I'm going to put 3 lots on this one, and then the next one I'm going to put a half a lot on. It's what I've seen happen so many times is the one you put the 3 lots on is the one that you lose on. The one that put the half of a lot on, that's the one you hit a home run on. And so even the win doesn't overcome what you've lost. So here's a suggestion. Open a demo account for more than you feel comfortable with. If your live account might have 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 in it, open a demo account for 50 or 100,000. Now, I didn't used to think that was helpful. I thought you ought to trade close to what you're normally doing, but I'm thinking that if you have a larger account and you're taking larger lot sizes, you'll have larger wins and larger losses. And so when you get to your regular account size, you're seeing smaller numbers and they're not so overwhelming to you. And that is one thing that I think that can help. Find a setup that works for you and take every trade with that setup. Don't think about it, just take the trade. So you'll figure out what's going on. The more trades you take, then you have some statistics to say, okay, I usually win. When I take these trades, I win 50, 60, 70, 80% of the time, and my wins are this size, and my losses are a certain size. That way you can figure out what you're doing. If you just do the same thing every time, then you'll say, this strategy doesn't work. I'm going to refine it or find a different strategy. It may work, and say, okay, I'm just going to keep on doing more of what I'm doing. So you're not afraid of taking those losses, because you know they're going to happen, but you know the odds are in your favor if you just keep on trading. So let's answer this question. Is there a way to have both security, peace of mind, and the thrill of making a calculated risk? The answer is yes, there is a way to do this. So we're going to go look at some charts, and we're going to show some trade setups and introduce you to the Norwood Strategy Scanner. Here's just a normal trading platform. This is our Nth Degree system. Many of you are using this, and there are some who've never seen it or had access to it. So what I'm going to do is show you some setups, and we're looking back in history, so we're going to be seeing some things that we know have happened. Look at this right there on that line. That is heads up. That doesn't mean you're necessarily going to take a trade right there, but that's heads up. That says on this 4-hour chart, that is a direction you may want to consider. Well, right here it's kind of choppy, so you say, well, I don't know that I want to do that. So let's go see if that confirms on a smaller time frame, like this 1 hour. Yes, it does confirm on the smaller time frame. It goes up and down and up and down, and so this is a normal rhythm or beat of the market. It's pulsating, it's moving. And here's what the 30-minute said. Okay, so what you want to do is look for these impulsive moves. Look at this bottom indicator. All of you that have our course material know what this indicator is. And anytime it's above the 0 line and blue, that's an impulsive move long. When it turns red, that's a corrective move. So consider trading in the direction of the impulsive moves. We know that the trend is up, so trade in that direction when you get the momentum going in your direction. Okay, that's just looking at something that happened right there. Now, I'm going to show you another spot. This is above, and it's red. It's all red. You can see it a little bit choppy in here. But let's look at this area between these two vertical lines. And I'm doing it based on this red area here, and it's not all the same color on these other indicators, but that's the general momentum right there. Now we look at the 1 hour. And so during these, between these two lines right here, you can see areas of impulsive moves. This one is above the line, so we may not deal with that one. But right here's an impulsive move. You see the momentum's going that direction. Right over here is an impulsive move. Is this the best place to trade? No. You can avoid these. You don't have to trade. I'm just showing you that there is a chance to have impulsive moves in corrective areas, but you can have a better success ratio if you trade the impulsive move when it's a impulsive move on the larger time frame, not a corrective move on the larger time frame. And you can see that it's easier to see here on the smaller time frame. Okay, I told you I was going to share with you the strategy scanner, and I want to share with you a scan that came up today that pointed out a really nice trade. The strategy scanner gives strategies, not just one single setup, but we mentioned right here up to right there on that impulsive move. There is an area where there would be some scans. So what would happen is from there you'd say, okay, we set it such that it's going to be only taking long trades. That's the direction. We go to the 1 hour and we confirm. And so we see a lot of confirmation take place. Right there's another signal, and you see all these saddle buys in here where the good part of the move is. Then we go to the 30-minute, and we have to wait until it confirms also. So right in there, then that's a heads up. That's where you would receive the scan. You don't have to do all the looking. It would bring that position to you right there. And it was a nice move. And then there would be another one because we're trading that direction. Would start over here. It went up. It came back to pretty close to break even. Very little drawdown, and took off. So those are the things that could potentially happen. And they did happen if you'd had your scanner turned on. But let me share with you one that actually did happen that the traders brought to our attention today. Right here is a 4-hour chart. This is a setup that we know as a saddle. That's one of the strategies. It triggered, and we looked at the actual time that it triggered. But see, it didn't trigger on the 1 hour, didn't confirm that. So let's move it over to where the 1 hour would have confirmed that. That's where the 1 hour would have said, okay, I'm kind of in agreement. Excuse me, one more. That's where the 1 hour said it's an agreement. Then the entry was the 30-minute. Right there. So here's a little swing high. It came down, came back up, came down, and so it passed the swing high. If you don't feel comfortable with that one, you can possibly take that one. So let's just take this top one. Right there was a fantastic signal. It told you, brought that scan to you, and there was 35 pips maximum out of that, and it's still over 25 pips as we speak. So normally you would have wanted to take it down here though, and then you have a chance for about a 40 pip move. So that is a scan that was brought to our attention right in the pip club, and so those are the type of signals that are coming because of the scanner. You know how to do them, and you can do them manually, but you can't find them all the time. I didn't even see this one. It was brought to my attention by one of the other traders when he pointed out the scan. And that's when I first became aware of it, because I can't even keep up with all the scans that are coming. So that's one currency pair. Now I'm going to stay on this 4 hour, and I'm going to go to a different currency pair. Let's see, that's a Euro Aussie. Let's go to a Pound Swiss, just to get two different currency pairs that are not. See, now this is a little bit choppier, but we're still trading the same method that we talked about. Okay, there's one area right there that you would be considered trading. We'll look at this in finer detail on the smaller time frames, and then there's another one right here. I guess we're going to go back one, and we'll put this. So, an impulsive move, trading short. Do they retrace on it? Yes. But let's see how the time frames filter things out. Now we're going to look at this manually, but everything we see manually, the scanner's doing for us, and is bringing to our attention. So let's go to the 1 hour. We're just looking at this area right here and seeing if it confirms. Now what we want is all the colors to be the same. That confirms. That's the direction. And then we go to the 30-minute as an entry time frame. This possibly could have been an entry signal. For sure, this one was an entry signal, and depends on how you managed it as to whether you would have jumped out and gotten back in, or just taken the 50 pips. That was a signal that would have been brought to your attention. Now, let's go back to the 4 hour. And see, this is where it's above and below. It splits. This one's all below. So let's move this anchor over here to this section and go to the 1 hour. At this point, the 1 hour does confirm it has all the right momentum, but we know that over here is even a better, so you would receive another signal here. That's a better move also. But let's go see what the 30-minute shares with us. Okay, the 30-minute, it says yes, everything lines up, but there's some signals here that tell me it's been going for quite a while. I would be a little concerned knowing that this potential corrective move is going to happen. Okay, now remember I mentioned corrective and impulsive. Well, correctives don't last forever. Impulsive moves don't last forever. So when they've been going for a while, realize that the other one is going to take place. This was an impulsive move. It was almost a corrective. It was kind of splitting the difference here, and then it's going to retrace some, and then it took off again. So right here would have been where you would have received the scan signal. Notice these fractals, breaking fractals right in there, and that's where the big move was. That would have been brought to your attention. You may have missed that. I would have missed that anyway, because that happened during the European session. I'm asleep at that time. Let's go back to the 4 hour. And we were, okay, so we're looking at that 4 hour, and that's the one that we just saw. So you can see what it looks like on the 4 hour. A lot of big move, then it got choppy after that. So that's what we look for when you are trading manually. And when you have set the scanner, it'll bring these things to your attention, and you don't have to spend the time looking for them. You can also have it set to go to your telephone. You're trading the larger time frames, you have time to get back to your computer to check out some of these moves. Now, just because you get a good scan doesn't mean you automatically take the trade. So I said take all the trades. Well, look at them and see if they are fresh or not. That's a whole other issue. If it's not fresh, how far has this been below that zero line? Quite a while. That is going to tell you that that's not fresh. But look at this one. It changed colors, it went below the zero line. That's fresh. And that's what a good move would look like. So wait for fresh. Take all fresh signals. That should be a clarification. Not all signals, but all fresh signals. So the Norwood Strategy Scanner will help you to do the same thing on every trade. It only is going to trigger when that exact setup is happening. That will help you to gain knowledge faster. How will it do that? Well, you know what a good signal looks like, because that's all it's bringing to you is good signals. The only thing you have to determine is it fresh or not. And it helps you to be more consistent in your trading. Now, having knowledge and having something that makes you be consistent, that will help you overcome fear right there. So this is what we have. If you do not have our Nth Degree trading course, you can get the Nth Degree Strategy Scanner and get the Nth Degree trading course along with the PIP Club for $150 per month. That is $100 a month for the scanner and $50 a month for the Nth Degree course for 12 months. After the 12 months, you can switch. You can keep the course after that, and you can move to the $100 a month. Now, there's a way if you want to pay for it all up front, you can do that also. That's what the options they have available. You can ask me about that when we get to there. Okay, now this is what we have for those who do have our Nth Degree trading course. You get the Strategy Scanner and you get the Pip Club for $100 per month. Okay, the Strategy Scanner can pay for itself. The idea is to show you what is possible for traders to make money while you're learning how to trade. So take a small account. Now, I would suggest you do something larger than this, but I'm taking a really small account and showing you how it can actually pay for your education. Trade one mini lot on each trade, and then make 15 pips each day. That's very doable. That one trade I showed you was about 40 pips. I took another trade that I made 4.5 pips on, and I had another trade that I got before that I made 25, and another one that was 8. So that was just my normal trading, what's seeing scans, and I take them. So it's not a problem making 15 pips. That would be about $15 a day, $45 a week, just trading during the Pip Club 3 days a week. That's $180 a month. That more than covers your course material, the scanner, or just the scanner with some extra profit. Now that would pay for this trading and give you a bit of a return. So let's say you do the numbers on if you have a larger account, and see it's going to more than take care of your needs. Now we're going to talk about 13 pips a day. You can still do pretty good. Now we've lowered it down just a little bit, so that's $13 a day, $39 a week, and $156 a month. I went to 13 pips because that would pay for the $150 a month. Now if you only made 10 pips a day, it still pays the $100 for the scanner. We want you to make money trading the foreign currency market, and don't spend your time analyzing all the time and creating strategies. Pick one that works and just stick with trading, and that's what the scanner will do for you. Now we've talked about the Pip Club only lasts for an hour to an hour and a half each day of the 3 days a week. That equates to about 3 to 5 hours a week is all your trading to cover your scanner. Now, what if you can't attend the Pip Club? That's okay. You can make plenty of pips just by letting the scanner bring it to your attention. So what the Strategy Scanner does is for you is to be able to take additional trades when you're not in the Pip Club. And I make more pips when I'm not in the Pip Club than I do, because I can have good scans come. Not every good scan comes during the time that we're trading with the Pip Club, but throughout the day, a lot of good scans come, and you can just set on the larger time frames, and when they come, you can just look at them. If they look good to you, you take them. So the Strategy Scanner means that you will be able to work less, have higher probability trades, and do it in less time. So here's some links. This is there are 2 links here. Now notice on the 2 links, one says 150 and one says 100. So if you want to get the scanner and the course material, then take the top link. And I'll come back to this, and it'll be up here while we're answering questions. And type it and copy it. You'll have to type it into a browser and click on it, and then it'll be there so that you can order the scanner. If you have our course material, then you just want to go with the one at the $100 and take it from there. So if you have any questions, you can contact us at jed@forextradingsecrets.com. I answer that email as well, so you can probably talk to me. I'll probably be the one that will answer the questions about the scanner. Jed answers questions about other things.